Let us begin. Welcome to the April meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission. Tonight, the first item on the agenda is to consider approval of the minutes of January 17th, 2024. Commissioners.
So moved.
Second.
Oh, I'll give it to Alan. That was close enough, though. Very close.
Gotta be quicker.
All those in favor of approval of the January minutes, say aye.
Aye.
All right, moving on. The next item on the agenda is the 2050 City of Stephenville Comprehensive Plan Update. And I assume we're getting that from you, Steve.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Madam Chair, Commissioners. Just wanted to kind of give you an update on where we are with the 2050 Comprehensive Plan. And before you is a schedule that we presented to the committee, Development Services Committee at one of the previous council meetings. Just to kind of show you where we are and where we started. You might recall in 2022, the City Council authorized funding for this project. We began soliciting bids in December of 23, and we actually secured 5 different proposals, reviewed those with a panel, and then selected Lionheart is who we've been, the consultant that we've been working with. Lionheart's out of the Austin area. It sounds like it took a long time to do that, but writing the RFQ and getting the bids and the proposals and then getting a committee selected and then getting someone started, kicked that off in April of 23 after council approved the contract. And so we then formed an advisory panel, and there were 25 people on the advisory panel. We've had multiple public engagements where the Lionheart consultant was asking for input. And you see that they have 4 stages in their process. This is their process where they have the think stage, basically soliciting input from the community. The investigate stage where they go through the community and look at the different things such as the thoroughfare plan and what the current conditions are, infrastructure. Then they begin the create phase, and in this create phase they begin producing the growth sector maps, their preferred alternatives, implementation map. Again, they had the public event number 2 and number 3, and then we had committee meetings in that phase as well. And that brings us to our current stage where we are in the share process. They submitted a draft plan to staff on, I believe, April 10th. And we had a few days to review that. Now, we've seen this document. It's a work in process. We've seen it on the very first submittal, and then we reviewed it again on April 10th. And we're basically just vetting the information that's in there, looking at making sure that we have everything, I's dotted, T's crossed, things like that. We should be receiving, as you see on the screen before you, the draft that will be made available to the public either tonight or tomorrow. We anticipate that we spoke with them today, and they were pretty confident they were still going to meet that April 17th date. So if we get that document as tomorrow morning when we come into the office, we intend to make that available to, of course, the commissioners, and then advisory panel, city council, city staff, and then even have it out on the website. And that will begin the point of where we begin letting people become familiar with the document they're proposing for us. You see on the schedule there that the proposed date for the P&Z draft is that we want to start getting prepared for that May 15th date. That May 8th date, we're kind of working around that a little bit. And then the schedule, according to the contract, is to have this in front of City Council for the June 4th meeting. So we have quite a bit of ground to cover between now and June, but we do intend to offer some time with the commission here on some workshops, and we have tentatively scheduled some dates for a workshop and wanted to present those to you tonight so you can kind of check your calendar and see if that would work. And let's see, Tina emailed that to me. what we would like to do. We would like to have a workshop on Thursday, May 2nd. And we would like to have that workshop during the lunch hour from 11 to 1. We'll provide lunch for the commissioners. And then the second workshop would be on May 9th, again, 11 to 1. And in between those two dates, we will ask that you provide us written comments on your review.
What was the second date? Second and
May
May?
9th.
Got it.
So what we would like to see is, we'll get that draft to you hopefully by April 19th, which is this Friday. It's in basically 4 different sections, and we would ask that the first workshop would be centered around section 1 and 2. We'd like to have those dates back, or your comments back by April 26th, so that we can gather those comments and prepare for the workshop. Then on May 2nd, we will discuss sections 3 and 4.
May
I'm sorry,
9th?
let me back up here. Sections 3 and 4 will be discussed on May 9th. We are asking that the comments be submitted to us by May 3rd. And we'll email all of this to you. This is tentative. We still have to schedule some things and get everyone on board with it, but I wanted to check with the commissioners and see if you can make that schedule work. So
I
that's
can.
what we would really like to see if possible. And I think that would help us prepare for the May 15th P&Z meeting, which is a public hearing required in order to adopt the comprehensive plan. And then, of course, we'd be prepared to go for the city council recommendation at that point. So with that, I'd be glad to answer any questions.
What, and I don't have a calendar, what days of the week are May 2, May 9?
Those are Thursdays.
Thursdays,
You're
okay.
emailing all this?
We will email this. Once we finalize it, we'll send the schedule out. Just wanted to put that out there tonight so people could begin
Yep.
blocking their calendars. So,
Would it be up here at the city offices or another off-site location?
we're discussing that now.
Okay.
Got it. We're thinking maybe in here if we can get
Get it.
the chambers.
Okay.
If not, we'll find another space conducive for
Okay, works for me.
I've got a stupid question. The 2050, is that like the year 2050 to complete, or is that just a number?
that. Yes, sir, the comprehensive plan, it's a great question. Comprehensive plan is a document that's supposed to guide the decisions for land use and commissioner decisions on things like zoning change requests. The plan is looking at current conditions and projecting what the city will need, and they are hoping that this plan will carry us all the way to the growth of 2050, which is year 2050. Yes, sir, that's correct.
I think that if you, on tonight's agenda, the future land use that they show in the property we're gonna discuss is a part of our current comprehensive plan, which helps us, P and Z and council, evaluate zoning request changes, et cetera, for various neighborhoods. But that's a part of the comprehensive plan, is to look at where we are today and then where we think we're gonna be by 2050.
It's a great point, Councilman. Another thing that we might want to just remind everyone of, this will be kind of a paradigm shift from our current comprehensive plan to what the new comprehensive plan will be. Where right now, everything is basically straight zoning, single-family, multifamily, R3 plan development. This will be more of a form-based zoning, where basically, does it fit the area? Does it match the aesthetics of the area where they're wanting to build whatever the structure may be, and does it conform to just the overall appearance of that general vicinity?
So we're kind of moving away from the idea of zones being really specific and worrying about spot zoning and stuff to something a little more freeform.
More, correct, correct, that is correct. Form-based zoning is the term, actually.
Okay.
And it's to allow a more walkable city, where you're not We were talking about a place today, and they were saying, well, this will allow everything to be in that one area where you're not having to drive all the way to the west side of Stephenville to get something to eat, because we have form-based zoning on the east side of town that will lead to, you know, eateries and residential, everything you think of, kind of make it more of a pocket, where pocket
Okay.
That'll help
areas
with
exist.
traffic issues and stuff like that too, won't it?
That's right. So, it will be a paradigm shift, and it'll take all of us, I think, especially me, some time to get used to it, but I'm excited about the opportunities it will bring, so.
Is this a replacement for the current zoning system?
Yes, sir.
Or in addition
It
to?
will be replacing the current comprehensive plan, and then as we get this comprehensive plan on board, then we will begin the implementation, and part of that implementation will be looking at our zoning codes and land use regulations, which will be something that we address as part of that implementation. So, won't be an immediate change, but over time, we will be trying to transition from the current thought process to the new thought process, which will
okay.
require some new land regulations.
That's gonna make a
Revisions.
number of significant changes to how things are done in the current system.
Yes, sir. And I think we've all experienced where the current comprehensive plan, although a very good document, we've basically outgrown that, and the needs of the community are not really aligning with that comprehensive plan, which requires us a lot of times to deviate from that plan, which is the whole purpose of wanting to update and then change our protocols as necessary to conform to that plan.
Are there any example cities that they have that we can look at?
City of Taylor just finished
Taylor.
a pretty, they finished their comprehensive plan through Lionheart, and we even mentioned some of the things they were doing with their development code today when we were just talking about some of the challenges that we look at.
Okay.
How long ago did they finish?
I would say, I think they were wrapping that project up when we were starting, so probably end of 23 first, end of 23, first part of, I'm sorry, end of 22, first part of 23, because we started this again, April of 22.
Just because I'm old and set in my ways? I'm not supposed to laugh that much.
Sorry.
Did we request this, or is this the current trend or recommendation? I guess I'm not saying it's not good, I'm just curious how or why we're moving in that direction.
So you may have heard the term smart cities a lot of times, or
Yeah, and usually they're not.
most cities.
It's kind of like smartphones.
I think it's more of a way to transition the community to allow for, we're looking at affordable housing, methods to address affordable housing, walkability, trying to make it where you don't have to jump in a vehicle and drive all the way across town is the example that we were talking about earlier. So it is a paradigm shift. Quite a few cities are kind of changing from the term Euclidean zoning, which is basically what we are now, to more of a form-based zoning, and it just allows us to be more creative within our districts to make sure that we're meeting all the needs of the community and not just trying to put everyone in a box. And it'll allow us to be a little more creative on what those solutions might be.
Okay. Speaking personally, I suspect that will take a significant amount of training and education for us as we start to consider some of these different methodologies and different uses, et cetera.
Yes, sir. Same for us. And we'll learn as we go, and certainly lean on, Lionheart as needed. And other cities that may have similar plans that we can learn from others, and also form our own opinions and move forward with the plan, and hopefully see our community benefit from it.
I'm excited. I think it sounds like fun. I like creativity.
Sounds very interesting, at least, yeah.
Bring it on. Okay. Looking forward to it. All right, well, let's move on to our public hearing. Tonight, we've got case number RZ2024-003. Applicant Chad Williams is requesting a rezone of property located at 1709 West Grossbeck, parcel R33605, being Block 8, Lot 19 of the South Side addition to the City of Stephenville, Erath County, Texas, from industrial to R.1.5 single-family residential district. Steve.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As stated, this is a rezone from industrial to single family. Mr. Williams is here tonight with his wife, and they are proposing to build a single family home on this lot. Lot has a parcel dimension of 50 by 100. The single family R.5, 1.5 allows a lot dimension of 50 by 100. This parcel is roughly 55 by 150. So the request to this 1.5 will allow that construction to occur. If we tried to go anything different than that, then the lot dimension, of course, would be 75 by 100. So this was a good solution for what they're proposing. This is on Grossbeck, I believe. Was this home fire damaged at one time?
I think so.
Yes, sir. And so this will be a nice addition to the area and complement what's surrounding the area. One time that entire block was currently zoned industrial, but as you can see, we see that transitioning to residential use under the current plan, and then maybe something even a little different under the future comprehensive plan. So with that, be glad to answer any questions.
Steve, is this basically just getting it to the zoning level it should be anyways?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Williams, do you have anything you want to add?
I don't think so.
I'll go ahead and open up public hearing. Does anybody here wish to speak in favor or against this rezone request? I'll close the public hearing. Commissioners, we need a motion and then we can discuss.
I move that we recommend to council approval of RZ 2024-003.
Second.
Mr. Nix, did you have something?
Okay, I was going to ask Mr. Killen, there doesn't appear to me that there would be any concerns with public safety, fire, EMS, police, or any other public safety concerns in that area because the lot's open to the public right-of-way, and there doesn't appear to be any obstructions or anything that would be an issue that I could see.
No, sir. None known. I mean, Grossbeck, I think, has the current right-of-way of, I think it's 50-foot right-of-way. I think we have that already. Harbin Street, of course, has more than adequate right-of-way. So fire hydrants in the area, so I think we're good on the fire safety issues, and don't see any reason why we couldn't proceed with the rezone request.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
We ready to vote? Commissioners, all those in favor of recommending to council approval of this rezone request, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, so your next stop is City Council. They will make the final call on this, and they meet the first Tuesday of each month. And ladies and gentlemen, can I have a motion to adjourn?
I move that we adjourn this meeting.
Second.
Done, sir. Thank you.